right title and ownership.
Speaking at the World Economic Forum in Davos, the president says he will not use the military to make that happen.
I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
Instead, he wants NATO to let the U.S. take Greenland from Denmark, an unprecedented test for the alliance, with a warning from the president.
You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember.
Part of a speech where he repeatedly blasted allies, arguing Europe is going in the wrong direction, unlike the U.S.
And when America booms, the entire world booms. It's been the history.
Sagar Meghani, Washington.
The Supreme Court seems inclined to keep Lisa Cook on the Federal Reserve Board, despite President Trump's attempt to fire her. The president accuses Cook of mortgage fraud. Among those in court today was California Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
Make no mistake. This is about power and control. Donald Trump wants to control the Federal Reserve so that he can manipulate interest rates.
Cook denies the mortgage fraud allegations. No president has fired a sitting governor in the 112-year history of the Fed. Several countries, including Egypt and Saudi Arabia, have said they'll join President Trump's Board of Peace in Gaza. A few European nations have declined invitations. Hospitals in Gaza say Israeli forces have killed at least 11 Palestinians in the latest violence there. The U.S. military has been transferring detainees from the Islamic State group from northeastern Syria to Iraq. More information at apnews.com. This is AP News. Former NFL TV sideline reporter Michelle Tafoya is running as a Republican for Senate in Minnesota.
In a video posted on social media, Tafoya says that her career walking the sidelines when the pressure was mounting and the stakes were highest taught her about how leadership really works. In the video, she alludes to the immigration crackdown in her state, making clear that she stands with federal law enforcement. Tafoya also takes shots at Democratic Governor Tim Walz for the fraud cases that have dogged his administration. She's been quickly endorsed by U.S. Republican Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina. I'm Donna Warder.
Nathan's Famous, which began as a 5-cent hot dog stand in Coney Island more than a century ago, has been sold to packaged meat giant Smithfield Foods in a $450 million all-cash deal. Smithfield also owns Armour. I'm Ed Donahue, AP News.
At Four Rivers Community Health Center, we provide compassionate care for the whole family. From routine checkups and chronic condition management to dental care and behavioral health services to support your overall well-being. With locations in Rolla, St. Robert, Salem, and now in Cuba, quality care is closer than you think. Schedule your appointment online at fourrivers.org. Call or text 573-426-4455. At Four Rivers, we're more than healthcare. We're your partner in health.
Taxes was waiting on the refund you needed yesterday.
All right, your car repair is going to run about $3,000.
Now Taxes is getting back on the road with TurboTax and Credit Karma, where you can get your refund up to 5 days faster and get personalized guidance to take every dollar further. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Deposit a federal refund into Credit Karma money account and early submission of refund data by IRS required. Terms apply. Banking services provided by MVB Bank, Inc. Member FDIC. Credit Karma is not a bank.
Hey, I got you something.
What's this?
Just a little Galentine's gift from Jewelry Television.
JTV, I love their jewelry. I had my eye on this pearl bracelet on JTV.com. Plus, I love their colored gemstone jewelry. And oh, have you seen their gold?
Right now, take up to 70% off select jewelry and gifts at JTV.com.
You are not going to believe their gemstones and their artisan collections. Gorgeous.
Are you going to open your gift?
It's the pearl bracelet.
Visit JTV.com.
Take a look at the weather in this noon hour right here at KSMO with plenty of sunshine. We'll have that throughout the rest of the day and a high of 47 with a wind out of the west at about 7 up to 15 miles an hour, gusting as high as 20, keeping wind chills down in the low 40s at best for the afternoon. Then for tonight, clear skies dropping down to 20 with a light and variable breeze after midnight. More sunshine Thursday, high of 43. Winds will be light and out of the north. For Thursday night, it'll be cloudy with a low of 13 as light northeast winds become northerly at 5 to 10 after midnight. Winds could gust up to 25, and wind chills could be down near zero. Cloudy come Friday, and a high of only 21 with north winds of 10 to 15, gusting as high as 25. For Friday night, some snow is very possible after midnight, and the chance of getting a little bit of snow is 60%. Our low will be near 1 degree by early Saturday morning. Some snow showers on Saturday are possible and a high of 13, 80% chance of that. Snow showers will continue Saturday night, mainly before midnight, and a low of 4 degrees with cloudy and cold on Sunday and a high of only 19 degrees, with Sunday night being a low near -2 by early Monday morning, with more sunshine expected on Monday but very cold, high of only 22 degrees. Currently at the KSMO studios right now, we're at 46 with a wind out of the west at 11, 40% relative humidity making it feel like 43 degrees here at KSMO Radio. It is now time for our Missouri Net News, followed by our Brownfield Livestock Report. There we go. All brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Now the Missouri Net News next, right here on KSMO Radio.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. A judge has dismissed a lawsuit challenging Missouri's stadium funding bill for the Kansas City Chiefs and Royals. Elisa Nelson has more.
The lawsuit, filed by 2 state lawmakers and a political activist against the state of Missouri, argues that the tax credits used to support stadium construction violated the state constitution. The court ruling says they did not have legal standing in their lawsuit. The legislation passed during a 2025 special session allows up to 50% of stadium bond costs to be repaid with tax revenue generated at the stadiums under the Show Me Sports Investment Act.
The shooting of Renee Good in Minnesota is sparking debate across the country, and in Missouri, State Rep Ray Reed, a Democrat who represents the St. Louis area, has filed a bill to make ICE agents identify themselves. He says he's hopeful the bill will receive bipartisan support.
The overwhelming majority of Border Patrol and ICE agents are just guys and gals who are trying to just do their job and feed their families. But the ones who are just following orders by this Department of Homeland Security to be more aggressive and less compassionate, that's not the kind of law enforcement policies that we need.
It remains unclear whether any Missouri Republicans will support Reed's bill. A new Missouri audit suggests more lottery advertising may not be paying off for Missouri schools. Matt Pilger reports.
Missouri State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick says the lottery boosted its advertising budget by roughly $5 million last year, yet overall lottery revenue fell by more than $49 million. That meant less money for education, with transfers dropping by more than $18 million. Fitzpatrick says earlier years showed the opposite trend. Lottery proceeds rose when advertising spending was much lower. He says the findings give lawmakers something to consider as they decide next year's lottery advertising budget.
This is Missouri Net.
Enough already. We can do more.
Enough already. We can find a cure.
Enough already.
We can do better for our kids. Enough already. We are relying on you.
We can come together to support Children's Cancer Research Fund, a national nonprofit dedicated to ending childhood cancer that is on the front line of breakthroughs. Because
it's enough already.
Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Hi there, it's Scott from Pentatonics. So from the beginning of our journey in music, the foundation has been music education. It's so incredibly important that we continue to show kids the importance of music in our schools, in our homes, and even in the car. Music is such a powerful expression of emotion and individuality, and we are responsible for keeping the love for music alive. This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Missouri's 2025-26 combined deer seasons increased in popularity, with nearly 302,000 deer harvested between September 15th and January 15th. Jason Isabel with the Department of Conservation explains why this year's deer harvest was 10% larger than last season's 275,000.
2024 happened to be a lower harvest year. We had a really good acorn crop throughout a lot of the state, and whenever we see a really good acorn crop, it tends to result in a harvest decrease just because it reduces deer movement.
Harris Stowe State University plans to break ground this Friday on a $62.3 million STEM building at its St. Louis campus. The 4-story, 82,000-square-foot site will expand science and technology instruction, research, and workforce development opportunities. And Missouri has hundreds of warming centers for people who need to get out of the cold. Temperatures this weekend are expected to be bitterly cold with lows between 10 degrees and 10 below zero. For more Missouri Net stories, find the podcast Show Me Today. This is Missouri Net.
This is a notice from the Dent County Soil and Water Conservation District. An election is being held for board supervisors from February 1st through the 20th. In Territory 2, serving Norman, Spring Creek, and Short Bend Townships. The qualified candidate being considered is Drew Johnson of Norman Township. In Territory 4, serving Gladden, Franklin, and Current Townships. The qualified candidate being considered is Katie Steelman of Franklin Township. Ballots are available online at mosoilandwater.land/Dent. Vote in person between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. at 1012 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem.
Direct cash cattle trade ended the day quiet. Good morning, I'm Kellen Havikin with your Brownfield Livestock Market Report. Cash cattle country was quiet with bids and asking prices not established. Significant trade volume will likely be delayed until the second half of the week. At the Tina Livestock Market cattle auction in Missouri, compared to last week, feeder steers traded unevenly steady, with six-weight steers trading as much as $15 higher. Feeder heifers sold firm to $15 higher, with a very nice offering of feeder calves with lots of quality and good demand. Feeder supply included 67% steers, with 49% of the offering over 600 pounds. Medium and large one feeder steers 651 to 680 pounds brought $390 to $443 with an average price of $421.75. Medium and large one feeder heifers 581 to 598 pounds brought $380 to $411 with an average price of $398.85. Box beef closed mixed. Choice was 43 cents higher at $364.76 and select was 49 cents lower at $359.84. Estimating cattle slaughter is 114,000 head, down 7,000 on the weekend year. Cash hogs closed with a light negotiated run. The market is yet to gain much traction, with processors maintaining the upper hand. Supplies of market-ready hogs remain ample with rising weights. That's adding to overall pork availability. The industry is keeping a close eye on demand. While there have been some encouraging signs to start the year, there is some uncertainty that is clouding the long-term outlook. Barrows and Gilts at the National Daily Direct had a base range of $70 to $85 with an average weighted price of $80.19. Iowa, Minnesota had a weighted average price of $82.64. The Western Corn Belt had a weighted average price of $82.37. The Eastern Corn Belt did not report. Butcher hog prices at the Midwest cash markets were $3 higher at $55. Pork values were 73 cents lower at $93.47. Loins and bellies were sharply lower. Picnics were down. Ribs, hams, and butts were higher. Estimated hog slaughter is 493,000 head, up 4,000 on the week and 9,000 on the year. At the CME, live and feeder cattle futures were higher, oversold, and with at least some optimism about this week's direct cash cattle business. And lean hog futures were mixed on spread trade and the firm midday move in pork, with the USDA's monthly cold storage update out on Friday. I'm Kellen Havikin for Brownfield.
Portable generators are a reliable backup power source, but they can be deadly if not used properly. To avoid carbon monoxide hazards, only operate generators outside, away from doors and windows, and install a carbon monoxide detector as a precaution. Before using a generator, be sure to educate yourself and others to ensure safety. Keep safety first, always. Visit membersfirst.coop to learn the value of your electric cooperative membership.
Choosing the right residual herb.
That's been the Brownfield Livestock Report, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us at KSMO Radio and news on the Missouri Net right before that, right here on your hometown radio station. We are KSMO Radio. It's now time for a look at our updated funeral announcements, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us at KSMO and your friends at Your World Today. 4 pages of news that you can use, and it's absolutely free. It's Your World Today. Pick it up at 40 locations in Salem and in Bunker, or go online at ksmoradio.com. Your World Today. Wilma Gladys Callahan of Salem passed away Tuesday, January 20th at the Stuckhoff Memorial Nursing Home in Fredericktown, Missouri. Funeral services for Wilma Gladys Callahan will be at 11 o'clock Thursday morning at the Boss Assembly of God Church. Visitation will be from 10 in the morning until service time at the church, with burial in the Boss Cemetery. Memorial contributions may be made to the Boss Assembly of God Church. All the arrangements are under the direction, as well as memorial envelopes are available under the care of the Wilson Mortuary here in Salem for Wilma Gladys Callahan, who whose funeral services will be again Thursday morning at 11 at the Boss Assembly of God Church. Marita K. Mendenhall of Salem passed away Thursday, January 15th, at the age of 65. A memorial gathering for Marita Mendenhall will be held on Thursday from 5 until 7 in the evening at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel, with a private burial to be held in the Dry Fork Cemetery. Memorial contributions may be made to the Russell House. Envelopes are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Marita K. Mendenhall, whose memorial gathering will be from 5 to 7 Thursday at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. Patricia Trish Gorman passed away on Tuesday at the age of 72. A worship service for Trish Gorman of Licking will be held Friday afternoon at 12:30 at the Montauk Baptist Church. Visitation will be held on Friday from 10:30 in the morning until service time in the church. The interment will be Friday afternoon at 3:30 at the Patterson Cemetery. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Fox Funeral Home of Licking for Patricia Trish Gorman, whose worship service will be Friday afternoon at 12:30 at the Montauk Baptist Church. Wayne Allen Pryor of Salem passed away Sunday, January 4th in Salem at the age of 78. A memorial service for Wayne Allen Pryor will be held at 1 o'clock Saturday at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel with full military honors. Visitation will be on Saturday from 11 in the morning until service time at 1 at the chapel. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Wilson Mortuary of Salem for Wayne Allen Pryor, whose memorial services will be held at 1 Saturday afternoon at the Wilson Mortuary Salem Chapel. And that's a look at our updated funeral announcements, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station, and your world today. 4 pages of news that you can use. It's absolutely free, and you can also check it out online at ksmoradio.com. Your world today. To find out more information about advertising in your world today, feel free to contact KSMO at 573-729-6117 and ask for Melba. We've got local news coming away shortly. Keep it right here, KSMO Radio.
Choosing the right residual herbicide can feel like you need a map. Too many choices, too many claims that never quite hold up. Enough is enough. Zidua brand herbicides from BASF make the choice easy. It sets the standard for longer-lasting weed control, giving up to 2 more weeks of protection than competitors. When you have a Ziduation in your soybean fields, Zidua brand herbicides deliver new solutions to meet your evolving needs. Make the lasting choice and talk to your retailer today. Always read and follow label directions.
Afternoon, now time for local news. Local news brought to you by your friends at Southwest Baptist University Salem campus. The SBU campus provides quality higher education close to home for those residents of Dent County and the Salem area. For more on their degrees and the programs that they offer, feel free to stop by SBU Salem campus at 501 South Grand. You can also give them a call, 573-729-7071. The SBU Salem campus, with providing a quality education close to home. My name is Stan Stevens, bringing you local news. Thanks for being with us on your Wednesday afternoon. The Shannon County Sheriff's Office does report that 3 people have died in a house fire near Eminence. Firefighters responded to the scene Monday morning, but investigators have not yet determined what caused the blaze. Missouri State Fire Marshal's handling the investigation, and authorities have not released the identities of the victims. The Shannon County Sheriff expressed gratitude to the numerous agencies that assisted with the response, including the Eminence Area Volunteer Fire Department, Missouri State Highway Patrol, the Fire Marshal's Office, American Red Cross, Emergency Management, the Coroner's Office, and the Mercy EMS. The sheriff acknowledged the emotional toll such incidents take on first responders and emphasized the importance of community support during these difficult times, saying that the strength of Shannon County has always been found in its people. This Saturday, the Salem Memorial Hospital Foundation will bring you Dancing with the Salem Stars. It's back with showtime at 7 at the Salem High School gym. Dancers have been announced, and the couples are Shannon Wright and Bella Mutz, Tom and Sally Haynes, Seth Maples and Rosalie Wright, Carlos Lopez and April Greener, Ryan McCoy and Lane McCoy Schaefer, Luke and Hannah Heithold, Bub Parton and Lisa Godey, and Jessica and Marcelo Ricks. Information and cost of sponsor tables, table seats, and bleacher seats is still available by contacting Hannah Harris at the hospital, 573 729-6626, extension 3410, or contact Jamie Jones, 573-247-0420. Information is also available by contacting Hannah Harris at harris@smdh.net or Jamie at foreverdance@live.com. Missouri's 2025-2026 deer hunting season ended January 15th, with the Missouri Department of Conservation reporting a preliminary total deer harvest for the season of 301,954 deer. Of the deer harvested, 145,222 were antlered bucks, 25,129 were button bucks, and 131,603 were does. Top harvest counties in Missouri for the overall deer season were Franklin. They had 6,770, Howell County with 5,490, and Callaway with 5,346. County totals in our area include Crawford with 3,691, Dent with 2,665, Marys with 2,209, Phelps County with 2,731, and Shannon with 3,041 deer harvested. Hunters harvested 275,656 deer during the 2024-2025 deer season. Deer hunting ended with the close of the archery season back on January 15th. Preliminary data from the Missouri Department of Conservation showed that hunters checked 62,203 deer during the 2025-2026 archery deer season. The top counties for the archery deer season were Jefferson with 1,571 deer taken, Franklin with 1,272, and St. Louis with 1,076. Last year's archery deer harvest total was 56,516. Missouri Department of Conservation Survey Program Supervisor Jason Isabel said that Missouri hunters enjoyed a successful 2025-2026 deer hunting season. The 2025-2026 harvest total was slightly above the 5-year average, and the 6-time harvest total has exceeded 300,000 deer. For more information on the 2025 or 2026 season or previous year's deer harvest totals by season, county, and type of deer, visit the MDC website at mdc.mo.gov. According to the Department of Conservation, there were 4 non-fatal, self-inflicted firearms-related hunting incidents reported during the season, with 1 involved deer hunting and the others involving other game. And congratulations goes out to the Salem R80 Middle School band students that placed in the SCA Honor Band. There was a great turnout of auditioning students this year, and school is proud of everyone that auditioned on Tuesday. Wesley Baker, 10th chair flute, Macy Graham, 16th chair clarinet, Gabriel Miller, 10th chair clarinet, and Bella Wilbur, 3rd chair tuba. These students will be performing at the Avis Performing Arts Center on Saturday, February the 7th. Salem Memorial Hospital Torch Community Leadership Board is excited to announce capacity building grant funding is available through the Transformation of Rural Community Health Project, better known as TORCH. These grants are designed to enhance the capacity of our community partners to support the goals identified by the TORCH initiative. The TORCH Community Leadership Board will be awarding grants to address gaps in available services, in the available services that are within our community. These grants are intended to enhance the capacity of the community partners whose work supports the goals identified by the TORCH initiative and directly benefits individuals and families served by Medicaid. Funding will be awarded to address gaps in those services that impact access, quality, and outcomes for the Medicaid population, particularly in rural settings where smaller scale operations may face resource limitations. Grant funding may be used to strengthen organizational capacity through expanding staffing, facility improvements, equipment purchases, and solutions to logistical or operational challenges. Priority areas for funding will include community service, transportation, behavioral health access, diabetes prevention, food insecurity, maternal and child health, obesity prevention, primary care access, and quality of life. As of January 19th, grant proposals will be accepted year-round. Proposals will be evaluated and voted on either individually or during quarterly review cycles based on the importance and time sensitivity of the submission. A total of $250,000 is available. For further information to request an application, contact Sarah Arnett, the Torch Program Manager at the Salem Memorial Hospital at 573-729-6626 or email her at sarnett@smdh.net. More after this.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
At Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, we are proud to be chosen by our neighbors and recognized by Forbes as one of America's best insurance companies. Awarded for the dependable coverage we've been providing for generations, including 75 years of life insurance to protect Missouri families. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
Hi, I'm Willie Strader and proud to be part of this community. For all your insurance needs, call me at 573-729-4941.
I'm Matt Pilger. Stay connected to Missouri wherever you are. MissouriNet brings you the latest news from across the state, online and on the radio. From breaking stories to in-depth coverage, for more than 50 years, we've reported on what matters most to Missourians and your communities. Listen live on your local station, follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram, and find us at MissouriNet.com.
Time for local sports news, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Radio. The Salem Tiger freshman basketball team went on the road on Tuesday night to defeat the Waynesville Tigers 47-37. They're now 7-3 on the year, and they'll be hosting the Rolla Bulldogs Friday night at 6 at the Salem High School gym. After defeating the Waynesville Tigers on Monday, the Salem varsity basketball Tigers will be facing the 11-1 Blair Oak Falcons during the St. James Invitational Tournament at 6:30 tomorrow evening. Salem enters that contest 11-5. That game will not be heard on KSMO Media. Lady Eagles of Bunker have their eyes set on another tournament championship after they defeated East Carter in the Black River League High School basketball tournament last night, 53-42. They'll play in the championship game against Clearwater, who beat Ellington last night, 75-56. Due to the weather forecast of the weekend, the Black River League High School tournament in Clearwater has been adjusted to conclude on Friday evening. The new schedule is the JV third-place game between Bunker and Clearwater will be played tonight at 5 in the evening. Afterwards, the varsity Bunker Eagles will face Clearwater, while South Iron and East Carter will wrap up the night's games. Tomorrow, the varsity girls' third-place game will begin at 5, with the varsity boys' third-place game will be afterward, and the JV boys' championship game. And then on Friday, the varsity girls' championship game will begin at 5, with the Bunker Lady Eagles and Clearwater in play. The varsity boys' championship will follow a tip-off at approximately 6:30. And that's a look at local sports news, brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here at KSMO Radio. Now, more sports coming up next from the Missouri Net, right here at your hometown radio station, KSMO.
Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. At one point, Mizzou missed 10 straight shots in the first half, but they battled back against number 21 Georgia.
Top of the key, Cruz catch and shoot three for the lead. Oh! Bang! And Missouri takes a 72-71 lead with 19 seconds to play.
Mike Kelly from Learfield, Tigers led late, but the Bulldogs knocked down the game-winning basket with 5.5 seconds remaining. 74-72, the final. Mark Mitchell led the Tigers with 18 points.
You know, sometimes shots just don't go in or not. You just got to find ways to, keep attacking. We missed a couple threes, Cruz stone threes, they didn't go in for a couple minutes there. So it looked a little different if they did, so just didn't bounce our way for a while.
The Tigers' 11-game home win streak is over. They fall to 13-6. 24th-ranked St. Louis survived a late scare. They beat Duquesne 81-77. The Billikens led by as many as 14 in the second half and then held off a furious Dukes rally for their 12th straight win. Coach Josh Schertz.
I could not tell you what we were doing in the last 5 minutes other than trying to obviously make it exciting for the fans, and we did, and put ourselves in jeopardy there about how not to close a basketball game.
A win is a win. St. Louis improves to 18-1 overall. Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones have been elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame class of 2026. Drafted by Kansas City in the second round in 1995, Beltran spent his first 7 seasons with the Royals and produced some of his best offensive numbers there, batting .287 over 7 seasons with 516 RBIs. He later played 2 seasons with the Cardinals, hitting .282. Beltran and Jones will be inducted July 26th in Cooperstown. And the Blues dropped a 3-1 decision to the Winnipeg Jets last night. The Blues gave up 2 first-period goals on a 4-minute high sticking penalty. The Blues have lost for the 5th time in 7 games. Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
This is St. Louis Blues analyst Joey Vitale. There is nothing more exhilarating than watching St. Louis Blues hockey in person. But if you can't make it to the game, you can catch all the action here on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. Your radio home for St. Louis Blues hockey.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The forecast again does call for temperatures to be fairly mild today. We'll be topping out about 48, maybe 49 degrees. We might touch 50, but I don't think so. We'll get at least into the upper 40s with plenty of sunshine, but it will have a west wind today at about 10 up to 15 miles an hour, consistently gusting to 20. We will have that throughout the day today. Now, by tonight, we're going to have clear skies. It'll drop down to about 20. We will have that light and variable breeze after midnight. Sunshine on Thursday will top out about 43 degrees, the light north wind. Thursday night, cloudy, low of 13. We will have winds pick up out of the north at 5 to 10 after midnight and could gust up to 20, putting wind chills down close to 0 by early Friday morning. Cloudy on Friday, high 21, with northerly winds at 10 to 15, gusting at 25, keeping wind chills in the teens all day. And then Friday night, we have the possibility of getting some snow, more than likely after midnight. Cloudy and a low by early Saturday morning of 1. That chance of getting some snow showers is about 60%. 80% chance of some snow on Saturday, high of 13. And then Sunday night, it'll be cold, with our Saturday night, I should say, it'll be cold down around 4, with those snow showers coming to an end. We'll have cloudy skies. And then by Sunday, cloudy and cold, very cold, high of only 19, with a low sunny night of near -2. Currently here at KSMO, it's almost 47 degrees with a wind out of the west at about 10 to 12 miles an hour. We have sunshine, 39% relative humidity, and it feels like 43 degrees here at KSMO. Coming up next, we have some statewide news from the Missouri Net at your hometown radio source. We are KSMO 1340 AM, 95.7 FM.
Missouri Net News. I'm Sue Danielson. A winter storm watch goes into effect Friday for southern Missouri. Some areas could get 4 to 7 inches of snow late this week. Central and northern Missouri could pick up an inch, and it's going to be cold, too. U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt of Missouri says he supports President Donald Trump's push to acquire Greenland as part of a national defense strategy.
It is the strategic interest of the United States of America to acquire Greenland.
Senator Schmidt is predicting the U.S. will be successful. Missouri Congressman Eric Burleson says proposed data centers could be critical to national national security issues as well.
You do not want your data being housed in China.
His comments come amid residents of Joplin opposing building a data center there due to concerns about energy costs. The Missouri Department of Conservation says a trophy buck shot in southwest Missouri could be one for the record books. Luke Beatty had been trying to get a buck nicknamed Cactus Jack because of its unique antlers for the past 3 years. He finally did so while hunting last November near Pierce, Missouri. Missouri Net News.
At the heart of every community, caring comes naturally. At Missouri Farm Bureau Health Plans, we're not just a health plan provider. We're your neighbor, your friends, your partners in health. With us, you're more than just a member. You're a valued part of our Missouri Farm Bureau family. Together we care, together we grow, together we thrive. Missouri Farm Bureau Health Plans, where your health is our commitment. Plan on us. Visit us at mofbhealthplans.com and contact your agent today.
Cats are masters at using up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do, text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Town Screen in Salem and Houston is